The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, morrismedialive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. So Morris Media Live.
It needs a
hey, right. Look, so if anybody has any suggestions or they want to tweak the beat, because we over here talking about the remix.
I love our song, but it sounds like it needs towards the end before we appear, our actual faces. It needs a little. It needs something, and I'm just like, every time I hear it, I'm like, we need a little something. So,
well, look, y'all know what time it is. Welcome to You Got 15 Minutes.
Woo-woo.
That was JP Peekabooing in there. You see, he ain't in the studio, but right. You know he's in here in
Peekaboo. Call me Dr. Peekaboo tonight, because I'm gonna peek at you, boo.
Look at you. You look like you hiding in the back of somebody's house or something. Like,
yeah,
where you at?
I know, huh?
You in somebody's ring light camera right now.
Right.
No, I'm just sitting in my vehicle, y'all. I'm sitting in the vehicle. My little introverted place of solitude one good time.
Well, we missed you here.
Right.
I was expecting to see your face, and then you sent us that shitty text message, said you weren't coming, so here we are.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. Like,
saying. It's fine.
Well,
we'll get to it.
We'll get to it.
Right. I should probably put these on.
It's me, J.Green.
And it's me, G.
And your boy, JP.
Peekaboo Daddy.
Right. Peekaboo Poppy. Peekaboo Poppy is
Peekaboo
here.
Daddy coming to you live from his vehicle. Hello.
Facts. Look, right, like the live news people in the field.
Right, he's live in the field.
You're out there.
Yeah, he's out there in the street. He's
right.
the street team today. Today he's the street team. Parking lot team.
Right, that's going to have to be the new one. When you ain't here, you're on the street team.
Right.
Period.
But
you guys, welcome. If this is your first time,
hello.
Welcome. Right.
Good evening.
We're happy to have you here, right?
Welcome.
Good evening. And if this is not your first time, thanks for returning.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming back.
Bald head ass. So if you guys missed the last episode, we had JP's Pops in here, and they're from the T-shirt trunk. And shout out to Sundance in Chicago too. Shout out to her.
Us a shirt.
But bald head ass.
Yep.
So I'm gonna make sure I leave the socials for that too. But
yeah,
tell him we gotta shout him out for the shirts, and we appreciate it. And we definitely had a good show last time. We had all kind of bomb drops and everything.
Right.
Like, but
it was lit.
Here we are. But how y'all been though?
Been okay. Been all right.
I've been all right, man. I've been all right, man. I just want to take a little time right now. I just want to give a shout out to the class of 06, Washington Preparatory High School. For those who do tap in when you got 15 minutes, man. We lost a soldier last week. A tragic little situation happened. And of course, I will lose my lighting right now when I'm doing this. That is so unfair. But yeah, man, we lost a soldier last week, man. Unfortunately, he was gunned down to just situations in the street, man. One's tried to rob a place where he was working. Unfortunately, he met that shit, and I just want to send a shout out to everybody, man. RP Damo, man, that's my bro. It's always gonna be one love, no matter what, man. And I just want to do my best to send my condolences to the fam. I love my boy. Absolutely. RP to my partner, but even though you have a relationship with people that you might not see every day or might not talk to every day, man, one thing is for sure, no matter what, when you really genuinely have a aura about you and you have a lot to give to the next person coming up or whatever the case may be, that's what that type of relationship was between me and my boy, because he always been solid from day one. Mm-hmm. So, man, I just want to shoot shout out to the fam, to everybody that, from the class of 06 and watch the prep. We lost the real one, man, but let's keep his energy and that positive vibe going.
Definitely.
And, my boy always been inspiration for me. So I just wanted to show my love right here.
Yep. well, rest in peace to him. I heard about that.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss. Didn't know that you knew him.
To his family too.
Yeah, absolutely. Because another death is not.
No, it's too common.
Too much.
Like, I don't know. We've been to more funerals together than we have weddings and baby showers.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
It doesn't make sense. So
and it's sad.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. R.I.P. to all the lives that have been lost. Honestly. So,
Absolutely.
Yep.
Because it's been a lot of. I know pretty much everybody that's lost someone during the pandemic. Like alone. Like, I don't know. It just seems like it's just so much more.
Because if you didn't lose them
now.
to COVID, it was some sort of crime. It was some sort of bullshit because niggas were bored and people's emotions were heightened this whole last, couple of years. So it's just been a lot to deal with in general. So, like, again, condolences to you and to the family.
Sorry for your loss.
That's, traumatic. So
definitely, man, most definitely. But on to a more, positive note. We still going and we still smashing and we standing strong, man.
Yes,
so
we are.
That's what it's about, man.
Exactly.
I appreciate y'all.
You have to just live life for him and through him,
Absolutely,
and keep his
100%,
memory alive, definitely.
Yes, sir.
Well, other than that, what has been going on with you? Anything positive since you want to lighten it up a little bit?
I mean, but for sure, outside of that, there was a lot of positives going on, man. It's a lot of things that I'm learning, man. It's just things that I've like gravitated toward that has helped me get to a different level just in my overall thinking and my overall being, and just like outside of the potential negative and the shit that actually happens in life, I got a lot of positivity and love to share for a lot of people, man. It's just it's real good, man. I'm excited for a lot of things that's about to happen next year. Yep. And shout out to the two of y'all too, because we all got big plans out here. We all got big plans out here, and we trying to make life more immaculate than what it already is for us. So
definitely,
let's keep smashing. Let's go.
Yep.
Right.
I know me and Jocelyn went to another podcast performance.
Yes.
Which I didn't realize that I should have totally bought you a ticket.
No, we were there. We were like, why is JP not
and
here?
I didn't think about it because it's like a girly podcast.
Yeah.
Like, I told you to watch the podcast, but like it's
but
like
you
a more
totally enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I didn't know it was gonna be
Which
that.
one did you guys go to?
We went and saw Horrible Decisions. We saw that live at the Regent.
Shit's cool. I really fuck with them.
Yay!
Okay.
Well, I had bought the tickets a long time ago. Like as soon
Yeah.
as they went on sale, and I thought it was gonna be more like niggas wouldn't really be there, and then when we got there, it was like, oh, there's all kind of it was a mix of everybody, but that was really fun. I brought that up to say, you were saying about the things that we have planned for next year, and that was, I'm glad that we got to go to that because they're a really great podcast. If you guys haven't seen Horrible Decisions, if you type in the word horror, it will come up. They'll come up first. But it was just really inspirational to just like see where you can really take podcasting and like what you can do, and like for the people that have been rocking with us this long, we've still just been kind of free balling, trying to figure it out. So thank you guys for sticking with us through this bumpy time. But it's like, next year, there's a lot of shit's going to change. A lot of things will be different. There's a lot more content we want to get to. There's a lot more things we want to dive into deeper. So just stay tuned. Just bear with us. This is, it's just like starting any business. You got to work out the kinks. So that was really fun. We got to go see them. We got some merch. We got to just like, experience like a live podcast. And that was really fun. And other than that, I haven't been done shit.
Right.
We went to that and went to a Christmas party.
Yeah. But that was really fun though, because I felt like you said, it put a different perspective on like podcasting and like the different types of shows and entertainment and the way that you present things, like and how it can still be in the podcast realm. Like, it's like such this wide spectrum. And like, it was like interactive, like, and
it was wild.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. Like, I was surprised. And I was really mid-show, like, JP should have came.
Yeah.
And then she was like, dang, I know.
I was upset, but,
I was like, dang, he would have had so much fun. But it was really nice. So if they have it again, we definitely.
Oh, they're definitely going to have it again.
Y'all get the next one for sure.
Yeah, and
man.
whatever, just know that if I tell you, hey, we're going here on this day, like, that means I bought you a ticket. So just, you're going and just worry about the ticket later. Like, that means we're going. Because she knows I'm notorious for like, so you want to go? Because I already got tickets. So, and she does the same thing.
Like,
so,
okay.
Like, because there's certain people when they come now, I just want to start going and doing more shit in LA. Like, I'm trying to go see them. Like,
I'm out.
You know what I mean? And that was my first little like. Now I'm finna just buy his tickets and go and show up. And so I got to take a picture with one of the girls. So I'm like, I girl fanned out. It was great. She got to ask a question and
they seen our outfits.
Lit. Yeah, they said something about our outfits and it was lit.
We wore schoolgirl outfits.
Yeah,
so
it was like Halloween,
cool.
but
yeah,
not.
Exactly.
We
looked like fake Halloween. Mm-hmm.
It was lit.
It was interesting because people were in regular clothes and they would see us and they kind of like look and then they'd be like, "Oh, yeah, like you got on a whole
it's a whole outfit."
Yeah. Hello.
So, that was dope.
We fans.
And then we made a little friend. We got some drinks.
Yes.
It was cool.
Shout out to Maya.
Yeah, she was cool.
Right. Maybe we should bring her on here.
Maybe
to new friends.
Maybe to new friends. But I don't know. She said she didn't have social media, which I thought was weird. And she was young. She didn't have social media. I'm like, girl, stop playing. You know you got Instagram. Because low-key.
She was lying.
She was
we're
lying.
Aunties.
And but then we were sitting there talking about one of the girls. And she was like, yeah, because on her Instagram, woo, woo, woo. So I'm like, I thought you didn't have social media. But it's cool. Auntie don't want your social media.
She probably like you with a little creeper page or something.
She probably do. It's fine.
For sure.
I'll creep on her ass. I'll find her.
Or she probably is not really necessarily interactive with her entire social media herself.
Nah, she lying because then she gave me her Snapchat. Stop it.
And she be active on the story because I'll be watching it.
Ooh. All right.
But it's cool.
Right. Our new friendship started
Maya,
with
I was looking out for
you,
Maya, but check this out, Maya. When you ready, tap in, call in.
Hey, but that was our girl though. She was fun
about
though.
it, Maya.
She was. Shout out to her. But that was funny though, because it was later like you gave yourself up.
Yeah, you did.
Figured it out, but it's okay.
She thought Auntie wasn't gonna notice. And even though Auntie didn't notice that fast, Auntie noticed later.
Thought Auntie wasn't finna pick up. I get notifications. Shit. Like you mean? I'ma figure it out. I'm the grandma.
She's a grandma
Sherlock.
Creep. She's a grandma creep Sherlock. We're not even gonna talk about that. That's a whole different. We can talk about that for.
We're not giving up that information.
Nah. So
you gotta pay for that.
We're giving up some information, just not that particular information. It's whichever information pertains to
hit the DMs.
Jocelyn's fucking crazy ass questions that she comes up with every fucking week, and then we end up giving up dropping gems and shit.
Okay, so this week,
oh no,
I want to talk about men and women's roles in the house, like in an idea. What's the perfect picture of what a man's supposed to do in the house and what a woman's supposed to do? Like your bare standards, what you consider each of those things. If you were like cohabitating and living with someone, or let's say married, but I say cohabitating now because most people be together
and not together, but living
married.
together.
So
I want to hear JP first because his usually is controversial as fuck. So I want you to answer first.
Look, she already like give it up.
Let's talk about this, man. Let me sip my tea here.
Right.
So
we're talking about gender roles within the house.
Like for you personally,
your ideal.
We can start it off with that. What do you see if you were like finna get settled down tomorrow?
In a perfect world?
Yeah, perfect world.
What would your ideal situation be?
I think, like for me personally, like my role in the house will be to just ensure that shit's taken care of. Whatever, property tax, rent, whatever the case, the living situation may be, whatever the case may be, I need to make sure that shit's taken care of. Bills, my house is in order, nothing messy. Shit's just like in order,
So are you gonna physically put everything in order? Because you're kind of general at this point. You're gonna physically clean the house, and you're gonna financially take care of everything. That's what I'm like literally. So is your ideal situation is you go to work every day 9 to 5, come home, still have to clean up, and then you're paying bills. You're taking care of all bills, and you're making sure the house is in order by cleaning, or are you talking about delegating? Or are you saying making sure that what she did was right?
Everything like delegating, like necessarily put it to you like this, G. I don't have to necessarily clean physically because I look at the way that I clean one time. All it is about maintaining and managing at that point. Mm-hmm. Me and her, we're talking about teamwork. She's going to be on that same page that I'm on. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, we don't have to put too much time or invest too much of our energy into physically cleaning a place that's already neat where we just got to straighten.
Until you were a dirty bitch. That's what you think. Until you were a bitch that don't know how to clean and you don't realize it until you're like, why does shit still stink? Why is it still dirty? Why the shit ain't clean the way it's supposed to be?
You said this shit
Sorry,
stank.
I'm just saying.
Hey, yo, because there's hella dirty bitches out here. Shout out to y'all. Y'all need some Lysol spray and some
No, they got Lysol. They just don't do nothing else but go psh.
Nah, I didn't like the way that sound. Ew. That stunk. So the lights all went bad.
So sorry, we totally cut him off. Okay, so
it was the dirty hose that got me worked up. I was just, my brain just went like, oh, I know too many. Well, I'm not finna air nobody out because y'all might know who it is.
So ideally, it would be you clean one time, you set the standard. All people gotta do after that is maintain the standard, and
But like, what happens when you have some kids? Who cleaning up then? Or like, where's the neatness finna stay? Cause, or like she said, if you end up with a dirty person, like, you gonna come back home and clean every day?
I'm not having any children, so I wouldn't have to worry about that aspect of it. But yes, like I feel like you said, G, we set the standard, and then just like I think you can also be unity through something like that, because we set the standard, we hold each other accountable for this particular action. Like, this was already like this, maintain it, keep it up. When you do something physically, I feel like you can also attribute to your mental as well. If me and her are keeping up a house together, and even though I set the standard, whatever the case may be, it shows that me and her, by putting forth our physical effort to do something, we're going to also put that effort in emotionally and mentally as well.
You make it sound too easy. I don't like the sound of that. Oh, you finna just go to work and pay all the bills and come home and clean the shit?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So are you gonna cook dinner too, or what? Who's cooking dinner?
That could be up for grabs. That most definitely could be up for grabs.
Up for grabs.
That's how you share. That's how you share the.
So how many days are out the week are you trying to cook?
Do it whenever there's a night for cooking, unless you guys decide to do it like as a team, like, okay, you make the rice, I make the chicken.
Get out of here. I'm making rice and chicken, or I'm sitting my ass down. Period. Ain't no. Maybe if it's like, oh, I'm gonna make the chicken, and then you're like, oh, babe, go take a shower. I'll make the rice. I might be like, oh, okay, the rice. But then if it turn out wrong, I'm gonna be like, man, I should have just made the rice. God damn it.
I think, okay, I agree with some things, and then I fully disagree with some things. So I think in my ideal situation, it's not really about like, because you're the man, you should do this. It's more so just what's the setup in the household. So like, if we're both going to work, we already know Granny don't want no kids. So if we're both going to work, I expect things like common sense, as far as like, you come home first, you're gonna feed the dogs first, because y'all know I got dogs. So you're gonna
mad that was the first thing.
You're gonna feed them.
Not
but
the
I'm just saying something simple, like you leave the house first, so you're out the house first, so take the trash out, like take the barrel out, or like, I don't really put it necessarily on genders, but like, nigga, you killing a spider.
Not the spider.
Yeah, like you killing the bug, like if I like stuff like that, like.
See, now I'm smashing that shit.
Now I'm scared. Like that certain shit, I get real scared, girl, and I'm like, and I run away.
Look away to be like, come kill it, and you look back, it's gone.
No,
now
you know why I'm not like that? Because I've been like that for so long that I'm ready to just be like, nah, fuck that, I'm scared. You go do it. I'm sick, because I am really scared. I'm not faking my scare. I'm just tired of being strong all the time and having to be like, I'm gonna kill this part of myself. I'm tired of that. I am. Like, I'd rather just be like, nah, I don't want to do it. And yeah, I want to do that, because everybody expects me to kill the spider, and I'm over that.
Yeah.
So for me, that I know I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need somebody who's gonna be like, nah, she ain't finna do it. Like, nah, I'm not finna crawl under the car.
See, mine is, can you open this?
No, see, I'm the boop, boop,
nah,
boop. I'm banging on the counter myself.
Nah, I'm petty. I'll be like, can you open this? Just niggas be like, yeah. They be excited. Thanks.
No.
For real.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't. So certain stuff, like who's cooking, I don't really be cooking like that. Like, I can make stuff, but I don't be cooking. Like, it's not my, like, yay, I'm trying to go do it. Yeah. So if I'm with somebody that likes to cook, I'm not finna argue with you about cooking. But at the same time, I'm very, like, I'm fluid as fuck, and I will mold to whatever the fuck. So if that nigga cooks and is like, babe, come make the rice. Bitch, I'm making rice. Like,
come on now. Hello.
I'm gonna make some rice.
Hello,
right.
But I'm not like, now you have to cook. Or it's more like, what's your strengths and what are my, you know what I mean? More so like gender roles. And like, I don't know how I feel about like niggas speaking for me either. Like, you know, like the whole like, I'm gonna get my boyfriend or like, and niggas come. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not really with that because I'm the bitch that talks hella shit. And you're probably getting in an argument now because I got into it with somebody else because I'm there holding my own shit down. You know? So my ideal situation would just be a balance of fall in where I lack at and don't be mad about it. And I won't be mad about you because you fucking don't know how to wash clothes.
But I feel like a real ass man ain't finna have you out here arguing with nobody, especially another grown man. So it wouldn't even go that far because you wouldn't even be that far out of his sight to be out here side arguing with some other man.
But y'all know how I am, and I always get into it with somebody.
That's how niggas get slept. You want to know how niggas get slept? Doing shit like that, arguing with somebody's girl, and they don't know her big with the business man is in the cut.
Yeah, well, I don't know what that's like. To have somebody in the cut that comes out of nowhere. Don't know. I haven't had that. I just have niggas that want to be like, rah, 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 and I'm like, shit your ass down because I'll beat his ass before you will. Shut up. Just saying.
So what does that feel like then for the switch of gender roles that you feel like you're saying like you feel like you're with it to pounce than they are, the male?
I have been for the most part in most there's maybe a few men that I dated and I know exactly who they are that it was the extreme opposite. Like they weren't letting anybody talk to me crazy and if I needed to I could just make a phone call, you know? But for the majority of the people that I like have fucked around with or like been in presence with like for a good amount of time, y'all some bitch ass niggas. Not you, JP. Y'all not you, because we already know I'm not talking about you.
We know you a
but
real
like,
one.
especially because he was there for my birthday and shit, and he was ready to fucking fight that African nigga. So it's all good. But I feel like I'm always the stronger personality. I haven't met a man who can shut me up, and that's probably why I'm in the situation I'm in now, because I haven't met my like I'm the one that's right, and they're like and so I'm trying to tune it down a little bit.
I think that's
he's out there, G.
I know.
Yeah, he's out there.
Somebody out there.
You have to for you because he's out there. He's just sitting and waiting. He's patiently waiting for you.
I feel like I'm just gonna end up with an old nigga.
So
because old niggas can be like,
ow.
So I feel like that's what's gonna happen, because what do they say at this point in our lives is somebody that once you're a certain age, you're gonna marry somebody that you already know.
Hello.
So I feel like it's gonna be somebody that I already know, and I don't know a lot of people, or it's gonna be somebody that's like not in my shit and they're older than me, and that's gonna be like, where did you come from?
323-815-4204.
Call the fuck in.
You got 15 minutes for love. Period. Do you? See, thank you, Cordis. See, 323-815-4204.
For love. No, that should be.
Just wait on it.
Just wait on it. February's around the corner, folks.
Hello.
All the single people.
Hey, if you want to be on, you got 15 minutes of love. Hit the DMs. You might could come in virtually. Maybe we'll do a virtual dating game.
Ooh,
that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
That'd be dope.
Right? Be dope. We'll think about it.
Right.
Bet.
Okay, what's your ideal?
So I'm old fashioned. I don't care. I was raised old fashioned. My mama's old fashioned. My daddy's old fashioned. And I'm old fashioned. Your ass is supposed to protect, provide, and profess. Period. At this point in my life, when I hear a man complain almost about anything,
you be like,
I'm like, ew, you a buster. Like, they be like, I work 40 hours a week now. Shut your ass up. 40 hours a week. Boy, like, you want to work 28? You want to work 30 and you're happy? Right. But if you complain about working, if you lazy, I don't like that. Like, and I saw this meme that it was about girls that when they have a dad, like when they're a daddy's girl, and they're like, my husband would do that. My husband would build that show better. And I was like, oh, that's going to be
that's
me.
You already.
And I was like, oh, that's the problem. But my daddy old fashioned.
What? I got a question for you. Does it depend on what type of complaint it is, though? Because I can agree, like, to a certain degree, as men, we shouldn't be complaining about too many different things. But what if his complaint was like a legit gripe though?
But see, then it wouldn't be a complaint. Like, that's just a relationship, because you're not always gonna see the same thing. But
there's a difference though. If a man is like, "Oh, I'm tired. My back hurts. This job is making my back hurt, and my back hurts every day, and I'm tired because my back hurts." Then fuck, I gotta go to work. I've been at work all week. God, I gotta get up. Oh, my back hurts. Nigga, I don't care that your back. Guess what? My shit hurts too. That's what she's talking about.
Or the one that's quick to call off. They sneeze one time. I'm calling off. Take your stupid ass to work. Because I don't.
I agree with that.
And
that lazy shit is really like a red flag.
That's already now. That's why I'm single now, because niggas are lazy and they can't get it together. But anyway, I think but in new age reality, you really, and that's a whole nother shock for me that's going on in life. Like, I ain't finna be able to have no old fashioned relationship. No. This is fucking 2022.
Yeah.
And shit is different. Yeah. And we're in the metaverse.
Yeah. Metaverse. Literally, babe, we're live on the metaverse right now.
Metaverse, babe, where are you? Because
no, I don't want that.
But that's where you're gonna have to end up searching.
I'm not putting that into the universe.
It's here. It's
but I'm not gonna conform to. I have to marry a fucking avatar.
Look,
I'm not gonna conform to that
in the metaverse.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna get married.
It's gonna be official.
Oh my god! Side note: since you're talking about metaverse, you guys, I started watching The Conspiracy Theory of Everything.
Come on.
Have you seen that or heard about that? Okay, I saw it on TikTok. I saw this white girl. Her TikTok was like, "Okay, guys, I'm about to watch The Conspiracy Theory of Everything," and then me after I watched The Conspiracy Theory of Everything, and her face is like, "Man, what the fuck?" So I started watching it. Bitch, it's 3.5 hours long. I'm 45 minutes in because it's so long. But it's pretty much, it's a whole movie that's it's like a compilation movie of every single conspiracy theory that you've ever heard of, and some that you've never. And I instantly thought of you guys, and I was like, fuck, it's gonna be so great to talk about once you guys watch it. Like, we should probably sit and watch it and film it. We should have a watch party and we should film it. So
reaction video.
It's like in the very beginning of it though, because I'm only 45 minutes in. The very beginning, they say like, this is just an elongated, a shortened version of really long, drawn out rabbit holes that you can go down. So it's pretty much just giving you like the layout of all these conspiracy theories and how they're all kind of linked together. And just like, he literally went from like Epstein and all that shit to fluoride water, to aliens, like to reptile aliens, and to everything. And I was just sitting there like, I probably shouldn't watch this because this is gonna trip me out. But it was hella dope, and they were talking about, they make reference to the Matrix and if that shit is real and the simulation and everything, and it freaked me out. And I was like, the Matrix is real. Like, we are really living in a Matrix. I was like, it's really a simulation.
Living in the Matrix.
We are. Ain't none of this shit real, and we have to watch it because it was blowing my mind.
I do. Well, I love me a good conspiracy theory.
And since it is a simulation, do all these fucking generals and shit even matter? So we can get real weird. Does it even matter? Does it really matter?
General Metaverse babe, if you out there. Back to the topic at hand. I'm not trying to be a single ass old lady forever. I want somebody I can make their plate and cook their food.
See, but these niggas be cooking better than bitches. Not that you don't know how to cook, but I'm just saying, like, these niggas be like, you don't even have to cook for me.
We gonna Iron Chef it up, nigga. Who gonna win? Best meal wins.
You be the man that can cook good for you. You winning on all cylinders. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Oh, life is good when you got a nigga that can cook. Period.
But life is good when you got a bitch that can cook too.
As
long as somebody can cook,
I'm out here not missing a meal.
As long as somebody can cook, you're in the game. But I think now the biggest challenge is the gender role thing with, why does she have to go to work, have babies, still come home and clean up like she wasn't just at work for 8 hours?
That's the biggest jip of the century for me. When I was like, so they want us, when I really found out all that encompassed of having something come out of your canal, I was like, I don't want to go to work after that.
Yeah. Why should I have to?
And then take care of that thing?
And then you gotta
go to work?
And then take care of the thing that helped you make that thing.
Fuck no. Fuck no. I was like, who? No. And see, that's when I start feeling like, where do I belong? Because then I'm like, see, we should have never started asking to start going to work and shit. We could have just been at the house. And then I'm like, dang, is that how I feel?
No.
That we should have stayed at the house?
Well, you wouldn't be able to sit here if you was at the house.
Right. I'd have to be in a skirt nursing babies.
Yeah. You'd be at the house with long, saggy titties. Oh. No offense to anybody that had babies, but y'all know y'all titties be sagging.
Or the ones with the long, saggy titties.
See?
In general.
Just saying. You'd have been at home with the kids like you be telling me, naked, barefoot with a cigarette in my mouth and a kid on my hip. That would have been me had I listened to my childhood lust
when life
feelings.
was simpler, that's all you needed. Now, all this metaverse shit. What about the baby mamas? What's that going to be like in the metaverse?
She finna have 4 meta baby daddies.
Dead. He finna pull up. Let me pick up my kid. Put it back down.
She finna have 4 meta baby daddies and 1 real one in real life. The world is going to be like that movie. What was that movie? Was it Ready Player One? Where he was like in
Ready Player One, where they jump into the little simulator and then they had their avatars. I think it was racing. They were racing towards like a finish line or something like that.
It's gonna be like that. You never saw Ready Player One?
No.
Oh, it's so good.
Really?
Yeah.
When did it come out?
A while ago.
It's low-key deep though. You gotta tap in with Ready Player One.
I gotta check it out.
It's a really good. Yeah, it's a really good movie. It sounds like it's gonna be all about video games, like nerd out, but it's not. It's not that much about video games. It's more about simulation. So, just saying.
Nice. Well, Metaverse Bay. Where you at? I'm gonna make your plate. I'm gonna cook your food for you. You feel me? But you gotta go to work though.
Yeah, I realized when you were talking, just to circle back on the lazy shit, so much shit ran through my mind. So many scenarios where I had to I was talking to someone and I'm gonna say it. I was talking to somebody and when I realized that they were lazy as fuck and lazier than I could ever be, and they were older than me, and they were lazy, complaining, and then worried about money.
Oh, no.
I was like, how does that even equate? Like, that doesn't even make sense that you can be lazy, cry about money, and then the money is sitting there and you just won't get to it because you're lazy. And I literally stopped talking to this person because I had to realize that you were broke, you were lazy, and you were content with it. Like, you were content with it because, to me, that's insane. If you are going to complain about an issue, you just got to get your ass up and go.
They say that's the definition of insanity when you do the same thing, expecting a different outcome.
But why would you think that telling me about your lazy broke shit was going to make it better for you?
He thought he was going to send him $40.
That really bothered me. And I could, everybody, especially our age group, if you're figuring it out in your 30s, like most people are, but we just went through the panorama and motherfuckers are figuring out how to really get their life together now for real. I feel like I can respect that. You still are doing certain things that people might judge you about, or you may not have the nicest car, maybe you're still on the bus. I'm not a judger about vehicles because I was not on some vehicle shit until I got a job where I needed a car. But other than that, I wasn't, I don't give a fuck. You're on the bus, I can humble myself. So I don't really care about certain shit like that where I can look past you're trying to do something. But I've just come across too many niggas that I'm like, how are you complaining about shit and then you don't want to do anything about it?
Picky, and it's still dang, and now you lazy too. And I wasn't even.
And I wasn't even picky. I'm not saying I date ugly niggas, but
no, we're not saying.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying I'm not judgy.
She's a realistic.
I am, and I can really be you going through some shit. You got some whatever hardships. Niggas did shit when they were young. You're trying to get it together. Everybody's trying to get their credit together. So it wouldn't even. I got whatever. Yeah, get your shit together. Everybody's just we didn't know how to do a lot of shit, and our parents low key were running the streets trying to figure it out themselves. Whatever your answer is, I can definitely understand people's hardships and all of that, but I'm a fixer. And I'm finding solutions.
You want to do something about it.
So if you're coming to me crying about your shit and then you're not trying to do it, I'm like, I don't understand. And then and it's like you're older than me, so I'm like
lazy.
I'm like, how is this?
You got a couple cats out here that live by like a certain code. Mentally, they probably been pacified all their life. So when they get a woman, especially sometimes when a woman is like maybe a few years younger than them, they feel like that they can kind of hit her with the sob story in a sense where you feel like you're gonna help take care of the situation. And you know what I'm saying? I know that it buys me time to kind of like put together a different plan or another plot of skin or whatever I need. But in the meantime, you're gonna take care of the situation for me because you fuck with me. Some dudes kind of walk around with that like that sense of entitlement.
That shit is wild.
Cause too many niggas are looking for their mama. That's what they want. Men are out. In my opinion, I feel like most men are out here expecting a woman romantically to be there and replace the commitment that their mother had to them. I'm not here to accept you and all your flaws. Yeah, people say that, but ain't nobody really accepting everybody's flaws. You get used to somebody's flaws.
But see, I'm gonna do it because I even heard this come out of a man's mouth, is that if you really think about how society places men and the roles that they try to make us have, right? So men are literally conditioned from childhood that they're gonna be taken care of because they're either taken care of by their mothers, they're taken care of by their aunts, they're taken care of by their grandmothers, and if they have sisters, their sisters are doing their laundry. They're helping their mom cook for them. They're helping do the laundry for the men of the family. So men are never really, and this is from another man's mouth. These are not my words, but I fully fucking agree with it because y'all know I'm not going to write for the women because when we are doing this stupid ass shit, and I'm going to low-key write for the men sometimes. So this man was making a very good point that men are never really conditioned to leave a nest. Mm-hmm. They're never ready for that. They're brought to be like, yeah, you're going to be a man by getting a job and impregnating somebody and taking care of them financially and being there to whoop some ass when the kids act out of line, protect your wife when somebody acts out of line, and make sure the car gets fixed. But they're never really ready for you have to take care of everybody, and she can't do everything. They're just ready to sit and exist with their dicks and their wallet and for food to show up. They're and then even if you like say they're raised like to do all these other things that are like told to do all these other things that men are taught to do. You're being taught that by a woman 90% of the time in this day and age because the fathers are not in the household. So this woman now is telling you how to be a man, but not even conditioning you to have to act like a man because she never puts you in the position to be a man because she's your mom. Mm-hmm. And then when you meet a woman who's trained from childhood to take care of babies and be in the kitchen and do all the fucking woman shit, now you've just gone from one woman taking care of you to another woman taking care of you. So in defense of men, I feel like a lot of men don't even realize that that's happening to them. So the mother issue is like, it's not even like they are mama's boys. They were taught to wait to be taken care of by women. They were never like, you get what I'm saying?
The plan is to get passed off from your mother to
another woman. And they're out here like, but I got money, but I can take care of you, but I fuck you good, but we got babies, but I bought you this house, but I bought you this car. But look at me, I look good, you look good, we look good, we do it, we go to church, whatever your shit is. And it's like he was never taught what being a man is except for being here and being taken care of. So it's like, so the mama issue is like, well, we got the same issues too. We got daddy issues because, like I just said, our fathers probably weren't in the home.
Yeah. And that's a big thing too, because if a man is raised around, like is taken care of and catered by a woman, but doesn't have a man present, there's not even a role model for him to go by to what that's supposed to, how he's supposed to accept that. So then you're just there accepting it. So I feel like that's even a different thing because the men that have had a male figure or their father in their life, and then the people that haven't. But the problem with that, well, I hear what you're saying. So, and I somewhat agree, but I feel like it's still like, it's a tricky thing. And nowadays, they ain't got enough money. They definitely don't have enough dick. And they definitely, back to don't have enough money. Most of them nowadays that are the ones that are like, you need to do this and you need to do that. So I feel like it'd be like weird stuff that resurfaces in some other little like picky way. Like niggas would be like, if her toenail has a chip on it, like she gotta go. Like those weird, just that's random little dick standards. Energy. But that's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I feel like when you have like a weird, it ends up being like a weird twisted relationship with women because you've learned all this, so you just absorb everything, but you're too in the mix. Like you're looking at the wrong things instead of the things that are really gonna let you see this woman and experience her. Mm-hmm. They on this faulty ass relationship, and you're like, but you don't even know what you're doing.
But he doesn't know what he's doing, and she doesn't know what she's doing. That's what it really is. And then these two people that don't know what they're doing, that are 25 years old, have a baby. Like Danny Lay and fucking the baby. Bro. And now you out here with somebody that you don't even know, that you don't get along with, that y'all don't even match each other emotionally or like psychologically, because she got daddy issues and you got mama issues and daddy issues, and now y'all are out here trying to function as people. But JP, what do you think about what we just said? Because you're sitting there and I be feeling like we got
Pops in the comments too. He said he loved the shirt. You know, shout out to you.
Shout out to the Pops, man. Shout out,
bald head ass. So what do you? What's your thoughts, JP?
I could tell you like this, man. I do agree that a lot of guys. See, I think the thing is like where it happens is like pride plays a particular role in this shit too for a lot of dudes where they've been used to and catered to by a woman, so they feel like that the way that they should be treated, and if they didn't necessarily have a father figure in the home or wherever to kind of like set the tone or set the example, because I know cats that grew up with a father figure and they still turned out to the woman relying on her to do something for them, you know. And I think that it's just one of the matters. It's just a matter of like when it's pride involved. Like my pride tells me to like sit back and let her serve me. Whereas if I'm in a relationship with someone, it shouldn't be where she sit back and serve me, because if we trying to really like be a unit, we have to love each other. But one of the main characteristics of loving someone else other than yourself is being able to serve them. You're not looking to be served. So
be of service.
You know, I think a lot of people just have that problem, because I could say a woman has daddy issues, or you know, a man has mama issues, but at the end of the day, it boils down to simply, do you want to sacrifice your individual desire, personal needs and shit of that nature to kind of give in to this person to meet them halfway?
Yeah,
definitely.
That's true. Because I feel like when you really care about somebody, everything's effortless. Like nothing feels like, you know, everything is just, it's just, oh, you're hungry? Don't trip, I'm gonna get you something. Even if you're not hungry, it doesn't matter.
The true test is if you're willing to do something for someone that you don't like doing, but you do it for them because they like it. Yeah. And that's like how you were saying of how are you going to be of service? Like, I feel like that's the ultimate when you love someone, when they're like say they like to go watch horror movies and you're like, I hate horror movies, but you go with them. Even though they know you're going to hate it, so they're like, okay, but they know, okay, you're my person, like, we're going to go do this. But
I know
when you can do that and take that L and it not grind your gears or, like, get under your skin and put something, like, a grudge against your partner, like, that's when you really care about somebody and when you really, like, love them. Or even if they know this, she doesn't want to do this every time, but like she's doing it, you know what I'm saying? Even if they know it upsets you to the point, but they're like, okay, but you're doing it for me. But most people, I feel like nowadays, are not willing to do that kind of stuff. They're not willing to be like, dang, I don't want to, or like we've talked about this before, love languages. People don't understand, one person's trying to do one thing, the other person's trying to do something else, and then y'all are fighting over something, but you guys can just like remix what you're doing and it will work out perfect. But people don't like to do anything different. People are
more scared now to get their feelings hurt, so they're more hesitant to do things for other people, because the pattern of motherfuckers don't care about shit becomes so like obvious and repetitive that you're just like, yeah, I'm not, now I'm scared. And that's 90% of the time now what it is, especially when you get to a certain age. I feel like you stop trying because you're like, well, I've been trying this whole time, and every other person that then like that's why you find a lot of people that are contently single. You know what I mean? They're just like out here like, yeah, I don't care, but secretly it's like, and nobody wants to sleep alone at night. So it's like, we know you want somebody, but you're just like content with it because you're like, You know, like I don't want to bend, and it's like if you're still too scared to bend for somebody, then you're never gonna. It's like you're blocking your blessings 24/7.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
You gotta take that risk sometimes, because sometimes it might feel like it's against your better judgment, but honestly, you have that intuition or like whatever. Sometimes you gotta count your risk and be like, can I do it, and like not feel like my whole life's gonna be broken up. And I feel like if you feel like you can, just do it. Like, because people be too worried about X, Y, and Z. There's too many things to be worried about in this world. Like, go take a chance. What's the worst that's gonna happen? Like, go talk to that person.
Get a stalker, but it's fine.
And I think ones don't appreciate having fun, man. When we were kids, we went outside, and I don't know about y'all, but I would get on the bike. I'll try to jump on. I'll try to stand on the seat and sit and try to balance my body on the bike, knowing damn well I could fall and break my ankle, crack my skull on the ground if I was like to be dumb. But we tried that shit, and it was fun. The thing is, you got to try things with people, because you never know how much fun you can have with that person. But if we're too shelled or shelled off or kind of barricaded to the point where I don't want to get my feelings hurt, how the hell are you going to experience life?
Right.
And how are you going to experience life to a high capacity with somebody that you can have a great time with?
Right.
But you're too damn scared. You're too afraid. You're too stuck in your box, in your shell, because you're worried about like getting hurt. I think that also plays a role too, as to why a man can sit back and let a woman just serve him all day. Because when he put forth the effort and the shit go to the left, he get his feelings hurt thinking that I put in work for nothing. Whereas, we're human. We're going to fuck up. People are going to fuck up. But for the most part, like, man, you just got to let go, have fun, enjoy the moment, appreciate the time that we're living in right now, because you never know.
Yeah. But I think, too, with, like, social media and, like, I know that I personally get turned off when people ask me for my Instagram, like, off the rip. I've turned away so many people and it's not even like, it was literally based on nothing else except for the fact that you asked me for my Instagram instead of my phone number. And I knew off that, like, yeah, it's not going to work because you're too wrapped up in social media and Granny's not going for that. Like, yeah, you could, I don't care. My social media is completely public and it's like, go for it.
Right.
But the fact that that's what you ask me for, I don't like that. Or that you're like, what's your Snapchat? Like, I don't like that. I don't I don't.
That's because people want to know what you're doing all the time.
No.
So, but is that necessarily, or could that necessarily be true? What if the person is conditioned to live in this reality that the social media will get you the response or feedback that you are looking for from the person?
And that's my problem, is that I don't give that information up, because I'm not one of those people that's going to use social media to get to know you, because I'm old school in the sense that fuck social media. If you're my age or older, you know that it's a simulation. And if you don't know that it's a simulation, you know that all this shit is filters and it's bullshit, and we know a life prior to Instagram. Yeah. So that's why I personally feel some type of way, because I'm not dating a 25-year-old. You know what I mean? Like, if I was dating someone, I mean, I have before, but I mean, he's 27 now, but anyway, when you're young, when you're of a certain age, I know that's what they're going to ask me for. But nigga, we graduated the same year of high school, or you graduated before me many times over. So why do you give a fuck about my Instagram, nigga? You were pulling bitches off a pager. So why do you need my Instagram? And I'm not, and if we're face to face, obviously I'm not a fucking catfish because I'm in your face. So I don't see
maybe
why
they think you're being catfish.
Nigga, how can you're looking at me. I'm in your face.
But maybe the social media is like, you are the catfish and he doesn't know it because you got better pictures on your social media.
No, that's dumb. If you're already talking to me because I'm cute in your face, who gives a fuck what my social media looks like, because I'm already fine to you in your face. Because you're already looking at me in all my fine.
That there's like just penis flying by you and you're like, oh, look at that one.
Honestly, all men know that we can get dick quicker than they can get pussy. They know that, which is why they're that's why they're more insecure about shit like that, because men know that dick is flying at our faces all the time, and we just have to go, I'll take 2, thanks. And with y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta stand in line. Y'all gotta fill out the paper like at Mike's Deli. Y'all gotta fucking wait for your order. Is that me? Oh, wait, y'all gotta do all kind of shit, and we can just walk over and be like, nigga, I'm here, and it's fine. So I'm just saying, like,
I knew somebody's leg was gonna end up going up.
I'm just saying.
I'm just glad it wasn't mine. I controlled myself, but she did it for me. I'm like, okay, thanks.
It's because I want to stretch this bitch because it hurts, but and that just worked out. It just ended up working out that way that it was perfect for the segment where I was like, and it felt good. So
that's what she said.
But anyway.
Right. But G, let me tap in on that real quick.
Please
tap. Because I was having a conversation about that this week, and I was kind of like, targeted for, not targeted, that's the wrong word to use, but I was targeted. They got at me like about the whole, talking on the phone, using the phone numbers means something. I think that we can sort of kind of move and shift away from the things need to be old school traditional, because deep down, if a person want to talk to you, it don't matter what method or form of communication that they use. Am I right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, to me, you're wrong. Because if you are concerned about my social media presence, then we're not on the same wavelength. If you're concerned,
in that particular regard, you can come across someone that's like that. But I think that if a person, because to be honest, let me tell you something. If I ask for a woman's Instagram, 9 times out of 10 is just simply because I'm going to use the lazy way of communicating with the person.
I don't like lazy.
I can send a voice text. I don't have an iPhone, so I don't have the luxury to do that type of shit.
You said the key word.
I'm an Android user.
You said lazy.
I have an Android.
I use that all the time. Look, we're going to help you,
I can set that up for you. So I can stop you right there. You already said a key red flag word for me, because you said, this is my lazy way of communicating with you.
Like,
so you're being lazy.
Yeah, but what I mean by lazy way of communication is like, man, I'm not going to be able to talk. What if
we knew exactly what you meant.
But I can voice it rather than text it, but I can't be on the phone at the moment. Then what?
You can do that, but we're gonna talk about that later.
So let's just stop. I see what you're doing. Stop. So it's 2021. 2021. If you don't know how to use your telephone,
pick up the phone, baby.
If you can't voice a note, that is not an excuse to have to jump to social media. That's not an excuse to me at all. Because if it's 2021 and you're using social media and it's faster to voice note and all this shit and you don't have an iPhone, I don't give a fuck about any of that. Because if you want to talk to me, you shouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to make sure that I get her Facebook Messenger just so that in case I can't text something right now while I'm thinking about her, I can send her a voice note via Facebook Messenger. That's not why niggas are like, add you on Facebook. Niggas are not thinking about possibly having all lines of communication via all of these social media apps to be able to speak to you at all times of the day. That's not what y'all are doing.
Where you at?
Y'all are like, what's your Instagram so I can see your ass sitting on the sink?
I cannot speak for most guys, but I think the most logical thing is if you have her number and her Instagram, now you look, this is what puts us in the category of we don't have no fucking excuse. So why? Nigga, if you tried to call her,
you just
she didn't.
So how did you?
You sent her a voice message. You made effort.
So how did you date?
That, hey, I got your Instagram. I got your number. I can use my excuse.
So how did you?
If I got your number and your gram, now I have no excuse as to why I didn't even make an effort to reach out to you. I have multitude of ways to get in contact.
Right.
With you.
So how did you? How did you holler at bitches at CSUN? You didn't use Facebook. You didn't use Instagram. You really didn't use MySpace.
Instagram either.
So that's what I'm saying, my nigga. So why can't you? You got bitches back then. Without asking for socials, and you don't need socials. You don't need that to get to know me.
I feel like we can use both. I feel like you can use either or. I got both of you guys' phone numbers and Instagram, and it works to my favor. But I get what you're saying too, because
you just hit me with the some tall girls are cool. You just hit me with that right now. You just hit me with some tall girls are cool. Talking about I got multiple. No, you're asking for social media so you could potentially see my ass on the sink. Stop playing. Y'all are asking for social media so you can see what I look like in a bathing suit, or what I look like if my hair is different, or if I got niggas on my page, or if I got fine friends. That's why you're on social media looking at my shit. You're not looking at it for me. It's not, oh, Jabron, we had such a great conversation and she's so dope. I'm finna go look at her Instagram. No, it's, oh, she got body, she fine, whatever, she smoked weed. I'm gonna go see her Instagram, see her ass on the sink. Stop playing. You may not think like that, but probably every single nigga that you know.
I represent the fellas in the population.
We should have started with this fucking question.
Value conversation and communication. So I could give a shit less what her Instagram looks like, because 9 times out of 10, let's say if her Instagram was something, I'm not the only person that got that shit. So I'm not worried about that, because at the end of the day,
you want it for open lines of communication because I have an Android.
But to just get to the easy,
punch you in your shit,
easier route.
I'm a punch
social
you
media
in your
works
shit.
to some degree. I can support that, but I feel you though. I feel you because I understand that we have to do better as men when we go out. And you know what? I also blame social media for putting pressure on us like that because a lot of cats feel like that. Oh, if I get her Instagram, I got a better chance than actually asking for her phone number.
Yeah, Instagram is a bitch ass way. No offense, I'm not saying like to you, but to me, Instagram is a bitch ass way of getting to know a girl without having to get to know her because you're too scared and too lazy to figure it out. Niggas will, and bitches do it too. Though I'm not even saying it's just men. I'm saying in general, people use social, like they'll meet you because I've had it happen. I've watched it happen where a nigga will ask you for your phone number or a girl, whatever. I'll see them interact. You could tell there's an exchange, and then there's no communication between you and this person for the rest of the night that you were there because you're too busy scrolling her fucking Instagram. But back in the day, you would have met her at the club, bought her a drink, danced with her the whole night, met her friends, whatever. Even if you did dance one dance, two dances, whatever, went your way, you would have made, probably came back once or twice. At the end of the club, hey, good night, see you later, what you doing afterwards or something. But now niggas are like, oh, what's your Instagram? What's your Snapchat? And then they just walk the fuck away. And then they walk away and go, oh, that's the girl she was with. Oh, look, who are the niggas in her comments? And then they decide, yeah, I'm not going to holler at that. Oh, she knows so-and-so, she know my homie, woo, woo, woo. And then you don't even want to talk to them. I'm not for that. To me, that's the lazy way, just like you said in the beginning. That's the lazy way of getting to know somebody because you're too scared to just get to know her. I don't care about Facebook Messenger and voice notes and all that shit because if you really want to get to know her, you're not going to take her social medias. And I'm not talking about you, JP, but like the niggas that do that in the club, like you're not going to take her social media and then see this bad bitch walking around and then just leave. A real nigga's gonna be like, oh, I'm taking her home. That's my wife. I'm finna whatever the fuck, and they're gonna figure it out. And those are the niggas that end up bagging the girl that you're staring at all night. That you were like, what's your Instagram? Sorry, that's just my opinion.
That be me.
That's just me. So when people ask me for my Instagram, I automatically, unless it has to do with like the show or anything that has to do with like business or something, I'm like, why do you care? You haven't asked me anything else. You just want to know my Instagram. Like, what if I don't check my DMs? Like, what if I'm not even active and that's all you've made it a point? You just assumed. You just assumed because this bitch, I haven't posted on Instagram a picture of myself since we went to that party at the Catch. And I got the ash on my dress. Yeah. I haven't posted a picture of myself. So if you were hoping to get some kind of glimpse of my life off of my social media,
you'll find out soon enough.
I don't know. I just feel like that's bitch ass shit. I do. I know. No offense to you, but like, I just feel like I don't like it. I'll be like, nigga, ask for my phone number. Be a man. Ask for my phone number. Ask me out. Ask me what I want to do.
Well, speaking of technology and relationships,
what
do y'all like sexting?
That we got 4 minutes.
We do. Keep it quick.
Sexting.
We got 4 minutes.
Sexting. Not 15. Yes. You got 4.
Actually like it. It doesn't matter. I mean, it works though. So
does it?
Yeah.
It could. And I think it just depends on the person.
I think it depends on how deep it is with the person. I think like it depends on where you're at. Because if I'm trying to like really fill you out and potentially date you, I'm not trying to sext early.
No.
Like I could sext later. Some people are weird, and
that's like that's like a turn off.
It's like a turn off. But
send nudes.
No. Send nudes. We can talk about
323-815-4204.
We can talk about sexting and weird
Are we going to?
Well, actually, let's tell them now because we're having our end of the year wrap up is our last show this month. We have 3 shows instead of 2 because there's an extra month in December. So the last show I think is December
extra month
20
you said
extra week. I'm sorry, extra week. Yeah. We have the 29th.
I think
it's the 29th. So that'll be our end of year wrap up. We'll go through some of the bullshit of this year, some of the highlights of this year. We're going to try to make it fun. So if you're interested in coming and visiting us that day, let us know. Shoot us a message because we always respond.
Tap in.
Yeah, tap in. And I don't know. Is there anything else before we get out of here? Because I feel like we're going to end up talking about sexting and go on and on and on.
Right. And we already know.
Yeah.
So we'll save that because we're going to dig deeper into that.
Yeah, we'll dig into that.
Sure.
I'm going to ask y'all things that I want to know and want to hear about.
So when we come back, it'll be after Christmas. So
yes. So tune in 2 weeks. We will be here.
On
even though it's the 5th week of December, we're going to have our end of the year extravaganza.
Yep. End of the year wrap up.
End of the year.
Yep. So Merry Christmas since we won't see you. Right. And everybody be safe.
Navidad.
Thanks for tuning in. And JP, you'll be here next time in studio, right?
I'm in studio, man.
Yeah.
I'm in studio for the sexting talk.
Yes. All right. Well, we'll see you then, JP, and we'll see you guys again at You Got 15 Minutes.
You got 15 minutes.
Good night, guys. Instagram, Facebook, and all.